In this video, we will talk about the fourth commandment, which I will now share with you on my screen. So we'll see it's structured just like we're used to. The fourth commandment, you shall honor your father and mother. You see, this again is a positive one, not a negative one. The question, what does this mean? The introduction, we should fear and love God so that we do not. So again, this fourth commandment is like every other one. Honoring father and mother is a way of showing our fear and love of God. So the negative case, we should not despise or anger our parents or leaders. And then the positive case, but love and respect, serve and obey them. Now, one thing you'll notice here is that the commandment says father and mother. And actually, if you look at it in Exodus, there is a promise attached to it saying that if you do this, you will live long on the earth. So there's actually a specific reward assigned to honoring father and mother. Luther here interprets this as not despising or angering our parents, but he also includes our leaders. For Luther, in his 16th century context, he was arguing against an exploitative model of government and in favor of leaders looking upon their subjects as people they were responsible for, like parents for children. That might seem a little odd and patronizing nowadays, as we're more accustomed to democratic government where everybody participates equally and leaders are elected, not born, like our parents are genetically given to us as our leaders. However, if we look in the best case scenario, what this is trying to express is that there should be a mutual regard between leaders and their subjects or their citizens, and that everyone is seeking each other's best interests as parents do for children, and then in return, the honor that children show to their parents. And the positive case of this is both love and respect and serving and obeying them. This, again, is pretty easy to access. It's practically universal in all human cultures that parents and elders are to be held in high regard. If we live in cultures that tend to despise elders and to favor the young at the expense of the old, this one might have a particular burden placed on us, making us think more deeply about how we treat older people. But there are also cultures where elders are held in regard at the expense of the youth. So I'll just mention that in Luther's large catechism, which is a great expansion of the small catechism meant for pastors especially, he mentions that leaders and parents are under an obligation not to abuse or mistreat the people in their care and cause them to lose faith or trust in them. So really what should be emphasized here is a mutual relationship between those in power and those under their power. But especially this starts in the family and should be honored as such. Next up is the fifth commandment.